Hello, I'm Richard Vobes, the Bald Explorer, out on another walk. And this time I'm in Goring in West Sussex, and with me to help is the lovely Martin Snow. Hello, Martin.
Hello, Richard.
Now, that noise you can hear in the background, you know
Yes,
what you know what that is, don't you?
Yeah.
Don't you know there's a war on?
Yeah, there is, isn't there? Oh dear.
In September 1939, a war started between, well, we were the ones that declared it, weren't we?
Yeah.
We declared it on the German, on Nazi Germany, because they were doing all that invading business, and we weren't very happy about that. Not only that, they were going to cut off our convoys, and then they were going to threaten to bomb us out of into oblivion, and we weren't happy with that.
No, they were going to invade as well and take over.
I remember reading that there were going to be nuns dropping down with machine guns.
Oh, that's right. Yes.
And
yes.
policemen, Nazis dressed up as policemen, and vicars too.
Yeah.
To cause chaos and mayhem. Well, the threat was very real, as we all know, and of course they did send over their big bombers, and bombs did drop from the sky. But why are we here in Goring, near Worthing in West Sussex?
Because it's a sunny day.
Oh, because it's a sunny day.
And
yes.
And there's just over here. There is an air raid shelter.
Let's take our walk and have a look at it.
We shall indeed.
So, is the air raid shelter still here, Martin?
Well, I'm hoping so.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Oh dear. It's not here.
It's not here.
Oh, that's very strange.
It was just here.
Right.
So according to the picture, what we got.
Yeah, so remarkably, we have some images of Worthing and Goring and the surrounding area, really, which shows the position of these air raid shelters and what they would have looked like. And of course, people hearing those sirens and looking up and seeing those Heinkel's or Junkers or whatever it were coming over, they would have made for the nearest shelter.
Okay, exactly.
So this one is a brick-built structure, looking at the picture, isn't it?
Yes.
So if you had a direct hit, you're not really going to...
No, I think it's...
It's more for just protection from the shrapnel and the blast of glass.
Yeah, I mean, I think some of them were more...
effective than others.
Yeah, well, some were more in the head propaganda than if being effective, because if you were in one of those and it got a close by hit, then it's unlikely that you'd come out of it.
Yes.
In one piece.
But if you were in the area, it's better to be behind a brick wall than
out in the open.
Than out in the open. And
Because
this area's changed quite a bit, hasn't it? We've got this 60s,
50s and 60s
monstrosity behind us. Okay, so this is this one. Shall we head closer to town?
I think we can. Yes.
Okay, off we go then.
Hopefully we won't get strafed with...
Well, I can hear the sirens going off again, so are you any good at running? All right then, Martin. The sirens are going, the Germans are overhead, the bombs are dropping, and I'm looking for this next air raid shelter. We're in Steen Gardens, down close to the seafront. And I'm a bit worried that we're going to get blown to smithereens if we don't get to shelter soon. Where is it?
Well, it's here. It's supposed to be here.
I'm sorry? Where? Are we on top of it? Ah, yes, of course. Unlike the other shelter, that was above ground. This one's below ground.
Below ground, that's right.
So we're literally walking or standing above it, are we?
Above it. It's here.
It's not in that marquee then.
No,
that's
just outside.
That's the ice rink. I don't think that would. The plastic tarpaulin there is going to really save your life very much indeed.
Not even shrapnel.
No. So this is more or less then where we are now, where we're walking. Yeah. We're above what would have been the air raid shelter.
That's right. If you look at the humps and bumps,
yes,
you could imagine that it was here.
Yes.
But
it's been pretty much
wiped out.
Wiped out these days. Okay, so that's not so helpful for us with the war and the bombs dropping all around us. We need to find another shelter then.
Yes, we'll have to leg it somewhere else.
All right. Which way should we go?
Should we go that way?
Head for the main town?
Head for the main town.
Right. Lead on then. Oh, quick. Come on, Martin. I can hear those sirens. I can hear the planes. And I'm looking again. I'm looking again, Martin.
Yeah.
You've wait, there's shelter here. Look, there's shelter here. Let's get under here. It looks like they're putting up a Christmas tree behind us.
It does, doesn't it?
It must be the time of year.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean that the Germans are not going to bomb us. So where...
They don't take a holiday.
No, they don't, do they? Where is the shelter, the air raid shelter? Because this little bit of fabric above our head's not going to do it.
Just there.
Where that drain is?
Yes.
Let's have a look. So you're saying that somewhere here, we're just off Montague Street now, in the centre of Worthing. The sea is just in front of us down there. And in the square they're putting up the Christmas tree, getting ready for the delights. With the bombers overhead and the sirens blasting and everybody panicking, no one's thinking about Christmas, they're just thinking about saving their lives. So this is a bit of a strange shelter because it's different to the other two. We've had one above ground, we've had made of brick,
Yes.
we had one below ground, then there's this strange one which is a concrete thing?
It's a concrete arch.
Yes, so it is above ground, but it's
above ground.
It's like a quick emergency shelter, is it?
That's right, you'd only get a very few people in it.
So if we're out shopping for those last Christmas things and the sirens go...
Dump your shopping and squeeze in.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
There were others in Worthing that we haven't mentioned. That one, in a previous video, we were standing above it at Broadwater.
Broadwater Green.
That was a bit like the Steen one, wasn't it? That was underground.
That was slightly above ground, but mostly below ground.
It was sort of half and half.
Half and half.
Yeah,
yes.
there you go. And the third one was in nearer to the old town hall that's no longer there.
Yes, that's right. That was one very similar to here.
Yes.
It was an arch, and it had glass walls at the end.
Yes.
By
So
the entrance.
again, these sort of last-minute emergency.
Yeah.
Run and take shelter, because I imagine places like the town hall and some of the shops would have taken people in an emergency.
Yes, presumably they had basements which they'd make available.
Yeah. Luckily, Worthing, unlike London, didn't sort of suffer in a blitzkrieg of bombs.
Nowhere near as much, no.
But that's not to say aircraft wouldn't have come along and strafed them if they could.
They strafed, and apparently there was a tendency, if they haven't dropped all their bombs, to
in London or somewhere.
Yes, last chance. I'll drop them on Worthing.
Last ditch, Worthing, and then home.
Yeah, then home
for tea. Well, that sounds like a good idea. Home for tea, doesn't it?
Or coffee.
We'll leave these guys to put up their Christmas tree. Thank you, Martin.
My pleasure.
Luckily, it's nearly 80 years ago. Hopefully, the Germans won't be bombing us.
Well, it depends on how Brexit turns out, doesn't it?
And on that political bombshell, we'll leave it with you.
Nothing like stirring it.
Absolutely. Well, until you hear from us again, take care and thanks a lot. Bye for now. Bye.